Hello everyone, this is Geography Grade 7, Chapter 2, The Interior of the Earth. This is second part which will discuss about different type of rocks. So Earth crust is made up of rocks and minerals. So what is difference between rocks and minerals? Actually rocks are solid mass of minerals. They are from Earth crust. Rocks can differ in different colors, so you can find rocks in different colors. For example, some are black color, some are reddish color, some are white like marble, right? Even rocks are available in different texture. For example, some rocks are smooth, some rocks are rough. Different sizes are available. Small rock, big size, huge size of rocks are also there. And they also differ in their structure. I mean, how they have formed. For example, some rocks are having layered structure. We will discuss about them more. Rocks don't have any definite chemical composition because they are made up of different minerals. So they don't have any fixed chemical composition, right? Generally, rocks are hard, like granite, but actually some loose particle, for example, sand, silt, and clay, they are also form of a kind of rocks only, right? On the other hand, when you talk about minerals, they are inorganic solid substances. They are naturally occurs on Earth and they do have fixed chemical composition. For a particular mineral, for example, let's take an example of iron. So iron have only one chemical composition in the iron. They don't have combination of several minerals. On the other hand, rocks is a combination of several minerals. So this is difference between rocks and minerals. Rocks are solid mass of minerals which obtain from the earth crust. On the other hand, minerals are solid inorganic substances that occur naturally. A rock has no definite chemical composition. We have just discussed it. On the other hand, mineral have a definite chemical composition. Let's talk about some example of rock. For example, basalt, granite, sandstone, quartz. These are example of different types of rocks. And some examples of minerals. Iron is a mineral, symbol is Fe. Silicon, the symbol for silicon is Si. Magnesium, the symbol is Mg. Sodium, the symbol is Na. So these are example of different minerals. Now let us talk about what are different types of rock. Actually, majorly rocks are categorized into three categories. Igneous rocks, which are actually also known as primary rock, because that is the first type of rock was actually formed on earth's surface or under the earth's surface. Sedimentary rock, which is known as secondary rock. Sedimentary rock, which is actually formed on with the help of deposition of sediments. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then third type of rock is known as metamorphic rock, which is like a rock formed due to conversion from one type of rock to metamorphic type. So let's discuss first igneous rock. Igneous rock, you know what is the meaning of word ignis? Ignis has come from Latin language and it means fire. So actually this igneous rock has been formed by cooling the molten magma. From the volcano, this magma comes out from volcano, right? When this magma cools down, then igneous rocks are formed. So magma flows out of earth crust during volcanic eruption, and then because of the cooling down of that magma, igneous rocks are formed. Why it is called primary rock? Because this is the first type of rock which is formed from on earth surface or under the earth surface. Igneous into two types: extrinsic igneous rock, which is actually when magma comes out of the ground, out of the surface of earth, and then it cools down. Then it is extrinsic igneous rock. When we talk about intrinsic igneous rock, intrinsic means when the magma cools down inside of the earth surface, okay, beneath the surface of the earth. So there, what is difference between In the case of intrusive, magma solidifies below the surface of the earth and it is cooled down slowly. The rate of cooling is slow. It takes years and years to cool down. And that's why it's the formation of the crystal, mineral crystals are formation is large crystal are formed in intrusive igneous rock. Example are granite and dolerite. See, this is the example. This is a photograph of granite type of rock. This is dolerite type of rock, right? On the other hand, when you talk about extrinsic igneous rock, magma solidifies on the surface of the earth, meaning outside. So this is actually outside of the earth surface of earth. That's why the cooling is very rapid because it's outside. So due to open atmosphere, it's rapid cooling. Therefore, crystal formation is small. Example of extrinsic igneous rocks are basalt and gabbro. Second type of rock is sedimentary rock. It comes from Latin word sedimentum. Sedimentum means the matter when it settled down. You know, when you mix sand with water, this is water and some sands are there. You know, after some time, it will settle down at the bottom of the flask. So that process is called sedimentation. So that sediments are actually deposition and consolidation of sediments. These rocks are formed, sedimentary rocks are formed by deposition and consolidation of those sediments. Sediments, what? Sediments are small fragments, small parts of broken rock. You know, bigger rocks are there, they break down, and small sediments are found. These sediments are transported to other place also with the help of wind or river water. So they are transported to other places and then gets deposited. And what they become sedimentary rocks, right? They are deposited in layers. That is important thing. Look at this diagram. These are getting deposited in layers. So layers are formed in sedimentary rock. Here also you can see that effect of those layers. And that bottom layer, the lowest layer is the oldest one and the topmost layer is the youngest layer that has been deposited later, right? This takes a period of time, maybe years and years. These sedimentary continuously accumulate in layers. Accumulate means gets collected and ultimately they are compressed and hardened to get sedimentary rock. Compressed due to external pressure, right? Sedimentary rocks are also known as secondary rock because that has been actually formed from primary rock, that is igneous rock, right? So these are different types. Here also there are three categories of sedimentary rocks. So these are three categories of sedimentary rock. One type of is mechanically formed sedimentary rocks. When rocks are actually, you know, sediments are actually formed due to fragments, that is mechanical breaking down. Mechanical breaking down means physical breaking down. Sandstone is a good example of mechanically formed sedimentary rock. On the other hand, you have second option, chemically formed sedimentary rock. What happens? Some chemicals are there, some material are there where when water gets evaporated, they get deposited. For example, salt. So that type of rock are known as chemically formed sedimentary rock. Best example is rock salt. You know, so what happened? Water gets evaporated and the solid parts is left over. Okay. Third type of rock is organically formed rock. Now, organically means they are actually formed by remains of dead plants and animals. So when I talk about organic, when I use the word organic, please understand it is from dead plants and dead animal. So that is formed. It's limestone is a good example of organically formed rock. So now ultimately let's talk about the third type of rock, which is called metamorphic rocks, which has been come from Greek word metamorphosis. What is the meaning of word metamorphosis? Change of the form. Because metamorphic rock is actually created from igneous or sedimentary rock by applying some changes. And that changes can be physical or chemical. And that generally happens with the process of temperature and pressure. You know, high pressure when you apply high pressure to those rocks, when you change temperature of those rocks, then metamorphic rock are formed from their parent rock. Parent rock can be igneous, sedimentary. Parent rock can be another metamorphic rock also, right? These rocks are made up of minerals and they change their composition and texture because of pressure and temperature. Look at this photograph. For example, this portion, there are some rock. It is close to magma, which is giving you heat, giving that it's giving the heat to that rock, as well as because of the pressure of this earth pressure, water pressure, and atmospheric pressure. Ultimately, because of the pressure and heat, these rocks are get converted. Primary rocks, or you can say parent rock, gets converted into metamorphic rock. So let's look at some examples of metamorphic rocks. Look at this example. Limestone is a sedimentary rock. Limestone is a sedimentary rock basically. When you apply heat and pressure due to continuous application of heat and pressure, it's converted into marble. So marble is an example of metamorphic rock. Similarly, another example, if sedimentary rock is sandstone, on the application of heat and pressure, it changes to quartz type of rock, rock or quartz rock. This is an example of a metamorphic rock. Another example of conversion of conversion of rock from igneous rock to metamorphic. So let us take an example of granite, which is an igneous rock, and with the application of heat and pressure, you change to a metamorphic type of rock known as gneiss. So this is one type of example. One more example, you have shale type of rock, which is sedimentary rock. They have created by layers, okay, sedimentation process. So when you apply with the application of heat and pressure, because of underground or heat of the earth, pressure of the earth and water, etc., etc., it gets converted to slate. Slates are used to write also. There are some more example at the bottom. You can get from sedimentary rock coal, and due to after metamorphic process, you can get graphite. Graphite is used to make pencil leads. Slate is another metamorphic rock, and it can undergo again changes due to heat and pressure, and it will get a phyllite type of rock. So these are some examples of metamorphic rock, children. Now we are going to discuss rock cycle. You know what is rock cycle? This rocks keeps changing. It is never ending process. For example, I hope in your lower grades you studied about water cycle. Water, rain, and then it's again evaporates to become rain, etc., etc. So similarly, we have a rock cycle. So it starts from magma. Magma is molten magma. Look at that top side, and due to cool volcanism, that magma come out of the earth, and due to cooling process, it becomes igneous rock. And due to weathering and erosion, that is like fragmentation, like breaking down, because of erosion is happening, because of water flow, air flow, etc., etc., they are broken down into sediments. And years of accumulation of these sediments, years of collection of these sediments, and compression due to pressure, this gets converted into sedimentary rock, right? After that, if you change heat and pressure, due to application of heat and pressure, they get changes to metamorphic type of rock, which ultimately get melted back to magma. So it's a cycle, right? Sometime a direct transfer is happen. For example, sedimentary rock can melt to give you magma directly. Sometime igneous rock can go under heat and pressure to give you metamorphic rock directly. And in the back process also, erosion can happen for metamorphic rocks to give you sediments. And here also sedimentary rock undergo erosion again back to sediments. So they are all getting interchange among yourself. This rock cycle can be explained with the help of one more diagram. Look at this diagram. This diagram also explains the rock cycle. For example, it start from magma. Look at the left hand side. This start from magma and crystallization of magma. Crystallization means it is getting accumulation or solidification. You can use the word crystallization also for solidification. What you get in igneous rocks, and that because of that rock is getting formed, you get a surface is uplifting. Surface is going up and up, and because of weather condition and erosion, you get sediments, and these sediments are transported because of air and water flow, and ultimately get sedimented here, I mean getting collected here in the under the water, and then they go under compactation and cementation, meaning they go under pressure, they go under deposition, and they go under long time accumulation, and ultimately they form sedimentary rock. Now these sedimentary rock, due to high pressure and temperatures, can be converted into metamorphic rock, and that metamorphic rock can be ultimately melted to give you magma again, right? And there are processes we can interchange among themselves also. Okay, sedimentary rock also can contribute to rise the earth surface. Similarly, metamorphic rocks also contribute to rise the earth surface. Fine. So now ultimately we need to understand different use of rocks. So every day in household we see many utility items made up of rock. Okay, for example, your wash basin can be made up of rock. So other things in house you can find out which is made up of rock. Buildings and monuments are also made up of various rocks. Very famous building Taj Mahal, it is made up of marble, right? This is good example. Rocks also gives in fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. So these are also rock only. Coal is a type of rock only, and petroleum is also formed from these rocks only. Rocks like limestone is used for cement industry. See, this is example of limestone cement. Cement is used to build buildings. Some rocks like marble and granite are used for construction purpose. So see this wall. These are, you are using some rocks to make wall of a house. So this is all about different types of rocks. Please, if you have any doubt, comment in the comment box and I'll try to answer. Thank you very much.